These old two lovers had their 21st century fairy tale with happily ever after, doghouse and children as their game. They listened to the world instead of their own hearts. Loving love, thought that was life, the living art. Is your love. Hi, and welcome to Eleni Does Audio Stuff. Hope you enjoyed that little performance that I did using 3 different ways of looping with Ableton Live and Push 2. So now I will walk you through the whole process and step by step what did I do and how did I set it up. So I will show you my session as well as what I did with Push 2. And in this bonus, hey, please subscribe, please hit the bell icon, and let's get into the music. Let's get into the video and music so you can make music. Yeah. So let's go into the walkthrough. The first things first, what I did is that when I was recording this, I actually pressed the global recording button, the arrangement view recording button from the session. You can also do it from the Push 2 by pressing Shift and the recording button. That allows you to record everything in the session to arrangement view while you're performing it. So the 3 ways that I use looping in Ableton Live was first sample looping, which I used MIDI looping on just session view. The second was audio looping in session view, and the third way was using a looper for vocals. So guitar was just audio looping in session view, and vocal looping was using by looper. And before further explanation, I just want to say that I also had a fixed length setup in was it 8 bars. So I had fixed length set up in 8 bars, so everything that I was looping in the session view was gonna loop for 8 bars, okay? And then I had the looper set up for 4 bars, I think. Okay, so starting up, what did I do first? So first, of course, I set up the global recording of the whole session. Second thing, I activated the drum clip that I had already set up in the session view. So first I was thinking that I'm just going to use that as a sequencer to create it in the performance using the sequencer. In this case, I just launch it by using the session view in my Push 2. So after that, what I did is that I enabled the guitar track, audio track on my channel. So I already had the guitar part routed for channel 2, so anything that went through channel 2 will be recorded into the channel. Clicked one of the pink squares and now it starts to record 8 bars of guitar. And I click it slightly before it's time for it to start. So that's how I have time to press the button, take my arms into the position of a guitar, find the chord and start playing. And that's where I'm not missing any piece of the beginning of the song. Okay, after I recorded that, I will just make sure that I have the vocal track recording activated. What you can also do is activate all these tracks beforehand, so you don't need to activate them in the session. Depends of your setup and how much feedback there will be in the sets. Otherwise, recordable one at a time, and you will kind of make sure that you minimize the feedback. Okay, so then I went to user mode on my Push 2, and in here I already MIDI mapped the plugin looper into my user mode. So in the user mode, I can just press start the sample, and that's MIDI mapped on the first button. So the second button is for overdub, so I basically just create the first 4 bars of the or whatever it was, and then I press the second button and it will overdub anything I sing after that. Third button is play button, so it will just play the song or the harmonies that I created without overdubbing. So next time when I sing to the microphone, I don't need to then, it doesn't go on the top of it. So after that, I just click user mode again and go to the normal mode of Push 2. So then it was time for looping the bass. I click the bass track and go to the note view on my Push 2. So I start playing the bass tune while singing, and I could just stop after 8 bars playing because it was set again. Fixed length was set for 8 bars, so I could just stop and continue singing. Okay, then we go forward, then I sing the chorus, I play some guitar on the top of it, and after that comes to the second verse. So there's a couple ways to kind of stop all the clips, but what I found easier is just using mute and solo buttons in this point. So I just use mute, I press down mute, and I press down the harmonies as well as the guitar. So that takes that I only have the drums and the bass playing for the second verse. So then I keep on singing, and now when it's time to go back to chorus, I demute those 2 tracks. We go to chorus. I need to do a really quick change to start playing guitar and sing again. And then after this chorus, I go to session view on my Push 2 and stop the bass and the drum clip by pressing under them. So now I only have left the guitar and the vocal, so it's the opposite of the second verse. And in the end, I press play button and it stops the whole session. Just to kind of note that when you work with the looper, you need to make sure that the settings are correct, because even though you stop any other clips, you need to stop the actual looper. So you just need to either mute it or stop it from the global button, but then everything else stops as well, or you need to go back to user mode and press the MIDI mapped stop button. So it just depends how you want to do it. Okay, so that was it. So I'm planning to arrange my own online course. So please, if you are interested of this, please follow me on Instagram. It's Liina, Liina_music, and you will be informed more when I can get them all done. So have a nice day, and we will see you next week again. Something really cool next week, by the way. So come back. Okay, bye.